Hey guys, Outdoor Enthusiast 88 here again. Just want to do a review on something that's pretty exciting to me. Finally getting my hands on a free float rail for my AR build. Some of you guys have been following the channel know I've been building this AR for about a year now, and we finally got on there an Anderson manufacturing barrel, as well as a Ground Zero Precision deadbolt boat carrier group. And I also did some Magpul furniture on there, Spikes Tactical parts kit, an upper and a lower, matched up perfectly. The AR is coming along really good. And if you haven't seen the video for the deadbolt, take a look above, check it out sometime. And actually, there's also the Anderson manufacturing barrel review on there too, if you want to take a look at a little more in-depth review on that as well. All the parts on here are premium parts. I really think I did a good job kind of piecing them out over the past year or so. I'm trying to find the best deal, the best quality to make a good budget AR build for something way higher quality than you can just get off the rack at one of the sporting stores. So, what do I have in the box? That is a big question. Well, I'll show you. Take a look at this. This is a UTG, I know, usually low quality scopes, sometimes, but UTG Pro Slim, Ultra Slim actually, 13-inch free float rail. Now, this thing's been around for a little while now, and this is actually the non-key mod, non-m-lok version. But it does have its own proprietary rail system. You can screw in rails, and it comes with 3 of them apparently. I haven't really opened this up yet, so we're about to find out what's in this. But basically with rails, there's so many factors in what you can choose for a rail for a first-time builder, right? I've had a Wyndham weapon in the past before for an AR, so I had the original handguard. I've had the Magpul handguard, like this one. I'll show you guys the weight difference between this and the free float rail in a little bit. But basically you can choose that using just mil-spec, like an A2 front sight, the old traditional AR. You can kind of build with this or the old standard handguard, just plastic with a heat shield. Or you can go a little fancier, help improve your accuracy a little bit, have a lot more rail space. The biggest thing about this is it's 13 inches, right? This is not anywhere near that length. This is probably about 7 or 8. So really, you might be adding a tiny bit of weight, but you're adding so much length to the AR itself that it really helps you out with accessories and getting a better hold on your rifle. So, that being said, let's take a look at this. There is a instructions manual in here, which is refusing to come out. Bunch of hardware, screws. Talk about this in a little bit, but this is how you install the actual barrel nut that comes with this. Amazing quality. I mean, it's very thin, low profile, has plenty of rail space, marked numbers on there, no kind of gimmicks, gimmicky things on there at all. Sometimes you have some weird like zombie stamps and all that. All it has is UTG Made in the USA, which is a big deal. A lot of people enjoy seeing that. It's not a Chinese manufactured thing. And I'm going to pause real quick because actually I do want to bring up, there are several types of free floats you can get. Now this, like I said, is a few years old. It's got these little screw-in holes. You can actually mount their own UTG rails too. But you also have brands that are called key mod, right? Now key mod and then also m-lok is a new one from Magpul. Now that's designed to make sliding on rails really easy. Slide them on, take them off. Key mod is like, you slide them on into the keyholes, you tighten it down. M-lok, you put them in the keyholes, you twist, and there's a latch that kind of twists with it. Those are both great, but with those come higher expenses. So the actual rails themselves are more expensive than just buying rails like this. And also, in theory, you could just go and buy some polymer Magpul rails and mount it to this, right? You just take the handguard off, and you can mount rails to it. Just, you know, hold the screw in the back here and tie it on some plastic rails if you want to go cheaper. Otherwise, these are probably about, the rails that UTG sells are like 30% cheaper than any key mod or m-lok, especially rails that are sold right now. So that's one deterrent why I kind of moved away from m-lok and key mod, because it's more expensive. Really, I mean, this you can get around for $100 if you look for it, and it's because it's an older model. But they do have the same thing, like I said, m-lok and key mod, going for 150 plus. Now you could also go really fancy and do like Midwest Industries, Yankee Hill, and go a little more expensive. Now, you don't have to, because this is high end right here, but you can also go really cheap and go Chinese manufactured and go on eBay and get one for $60. Looks similar, but I've never seen one really that high quality. And that being said, the one that I almost got over this was the Ground Zero Precision Tac Hunter 10 key mod. But the big reason why I didn't go with it is, if you look, you'll see that barrel nut on there. That barrel nut is like a proprietary nut that no torque wrench bit can fit to. So you can't use your AR armor's wrench. You can't use a torque wrench with a crow's foot because it's too narrow sometimes. I think it's called a crow's foot, little attachment to the torque wrench, but you have to like special order a wrench or try to find a way to do it, or risk it and not use a torque wrench, which is unrecommended because you need to be able to torque the barrel nut down to I think it was like 30 to 80 foot-pounds, right? So I went with this because in the bottom of this package, I assume, is UTG's own barrel nut. And that being said, Ground Zero Precision, you know, if the bolt carrier group holds up, I might go back in that tack rail because it does look really cool. It's only 10 inches long. I wish I made a 12 inch. I think the next one was like 15. So there are your rails that you can screw. You can probably put up front here. They're very low profile. Actually, it kind of curves with the actual rail itself. So it comes with screws, and these holes are threaded. So you actually go and you just put it on the rail, and you can see how low profile it is. Very nice. So really, I mean, you can't go wrong with the UTG rails already that come with it. And it's 3 small ones, you know, for a flashlight, a bipod, something on the end there. And here is the barrel nut. There's the threads for it. Here's the inside screw, because you're going to need to go and slide it in here and screw it down when you get it on. So the neat thing is this right here. I really like the fact that it comes with its own wrench. Only usually high-end rails come with wrenches like this. So you put this on a torque wrench. The thing is a 1/2 inch right there. So you put this on a torque wrench and go ahead and just torque it down. And usually you have to buy, you know, Midwest Industries, Yankee Hill, much higher end to get a wrench that comes with it to fit your barrel nut. Otherwise you got to buy your own, or hope you have it in stock where you can use it with your torque wrench. So very glad that came with that. Just kind of a short install really on what you have to do. It gives you a little more in-depth on what's going on and what's, you know, really important. You got some spacers in there. You can actually read reviews online, watch reviews online on how to really install it. I don't have a torque wrench right now, so I'm just gonna wait till I get a chance to go grab one and get this done. But I'm not gonna do a full install, but I'll show you. See, they have all the what you need to do. So, but basically, here's how it's gonna work. Make sure you don't have your gas block on there. You slide the barrel nut over here, and you want to thread it down, tighten it down, probably back it out a little bit as well. So tighten it down, maybe back it out. And before you even put this on or do anything like this, you actually want to use some anti-seize or special armor's grease on the threads here, because all this is brand new. You don't know about cleaning it. You still want to make sure there's some grease on there. And actually, from what I've heard, Aeroshell grease, AEROSHELL grease, you can get on eBay for $2 or $3 for a quarter size, like a little couple ouncer in there. And you just go and put it on the threads here. Like I said, thread this down a bunch. take this. And how this works, I have to remove that tape off there, but how this works is these holes, once this is torqued down properly with the wrench, these holes line up, you torque it down, these holes line up so you can actually slide this rail, and it does clear a low profile block. It's going to be a little tight, so just kind of jam it down, and you're going to go and line up the holes. And you want to screw them down with the screws. I think there is 6, so you see the holes will line up if you do it correctly. So once it's torqued down, you can go line up the holes. Use like a Allen wrench or something small to kind of straighten them up if you need to. Make sure all 6 holes line up, and this thing should be solid. It's got little wings on the side here to kind of really grab the upper receiver. So even if you don't tighten it down here all the way, you can definitely make sure it's tightened down. But you can definitely make sure it's not going to wiggle because of these wings here. There's a nut there. So, there you go. You know, phenomenal. Feels great. It's going to look great. I mean, like I said, that 10-inch ground zero precision probably go out up to here. So, added a couple more inches on there, a few more inches. So, there you go, guys. Like I said, if you don't want a free float rail, you could always do the Magpul. You do add a little bit of weight with this, but you add so much more rail space. And really, it's up to you. It's user preference, personal preferences, how you want this thing to look. So yeah. Also, this is, I don't know if you guys have seen this video yet, but this is the Ruger SR 1911 Commander. Phenomenal budget 1911. That's a step above some of the really cheap models for like the no-name brands. Ruger makes this phenomenal shooter, super accurate, never had a problem with it. Love this gun. Take a look at that review if you haven't taken a look yet. Get a better feel for it. So if you have any questions, guys, leave them below. Like the video, subscribe to my page. Thanks for watching.